A building full of men is trying to stop one man. Just like a hero from the classic movies, he is making sparks on the ground. His enemies are scared of him. They attack him with a barrage of bullets. He blocks all of it with just a rod and blasts through them. Dodging SMG fire, he kills them all. He emerges from the shadows. There was once a hitman said to be the greatest, and his name was Taoro Sakamoto. He was the best. All evil men feared him, and all hitmen revered him, until one day. Charmed by a simple, cute smile, he fell in love. He retired, married, had a baby, and eventually grew fat. A suspicious man, at last, found Sakamoto. At a convenience store, the Sakamotoes, a brat wants free juice if he can make a bullseye. He's been doing that for quite some days. He takes a shot, but he misses by a long shot. He wants to try again. But when he is picking the arrow, an ink bottle from his bag drops, spilling ink on the guy who just entered the door. The angry-looking guy with a scar on his face is so angry at the boy that he is about to punch him. But Sakamoto grabs his hand at lightning-fast speed and drives a pin through his neck. Is this the moment when the legendary hitmen return? But not quietly. He was just thinking of doing it. The boy, sobbing, thanks him for saving him. Amid the chaos, the suspicious man snuck in and now blabbing to himself. A ballpoint pen plunge through the carotid artery is a bad way to go, right? He saw what he was thinking. He is Shin, the clairvoyant. But he gets his neck broken by a single hit. Not quite, he was thinking it once again. They used to be partners. So the rumors of the legendary hitman retiring were true then. But he wants him back. Look at how fat you got. But he refuses. Back in the day, all feared the legendary assassin, but now he is even bigger. When Shin is about to light a cigarette, in a flash it gets cut down. Pointing at the wall, it says no smoking. Shin is baffled by his speed, as if even though he is out of shape, he can still kill him in a flash. Now comes a delivery man asking for his help. Is it a secret contract to kill? A saw in hand, Sakamoto standing. The task is to cut down. The branches need to be groomed. Fast with precision, he gives the tree a makeover. Now mom requests that her daughter is not eating her vegetables. With a gentle hand, he feeds her. At the kids' playground, kids need 2 balls to play. So he simply split 1 ball into 2. He is now the handyman for the whole town. Shin thinks he is just blending in with the people. But this time the kid hits the mark perfectly. In his car, he is acting like a fanboy. Even though he is fat, he is still cool. But people outside are embarrassed seeing the dancing car. You know what happens in a dancing car, right? He receives a call from his boss. Even though Shin tries to convince him that he is fat and totally out of shape, his boss wants him to kill Sakamoto, or he has an army of hitmen for the job. That is the rule of the underworld. After taking a shower and cooling off his head at night, he remembers his past when they used to off people together. Now if it has to be done, then so be it. The next morning, Miss Sakamoto greets Shin and the kid's curious about a lot of poop and asks him, is this alien poop? But playtime is over. Attaching the suppressor to a gun in hand, he enters the shop. Sakamoto is reading the newspaper about a robbery gone wrong and eating candy. Shin is leaving town and saying his goodbye, but he shoots. Sakamoto shoots also. The candy in his mouth. The bullet against candy, and candy wins, changing its trajectory. Sakamoto shot an ice cream. Getting distracted, Shin loses sight of Sakamoto. Shin has the greatest advantage as a hitman. No one can hide from him. He can read minds and he doesn't miss. But Sakamoto is no noob either. He is hiding his thoughts completely, which is nearly impossible for anyone. In the style of throwing grenades, he threw a chocolate box. Another distraction. Giving no chance to fight back, using a rubber band he shoots a large barrage of candy. Then here comes a cream puff. Finally, with a massive kick in the face, the greatest food fight of all time is over. Even though Shin lost, the next thing he does is going to be the best thing you ever saw. Looking all gloomy, he wakes up at Sakamoto's residence on the 2nd floor of the store. But there is no medium-sized portion. Miss Sakamoto invites him to eat and gives him 3 options, super, mega, or ultra serving. He is surprised by the treatment and suspicious, but the next moment he regrets it. Sakamoto knows his mission. Is it poisoned? Years of hard work, he builds up his immunity. But no use against this kind of attack. His vision is blurry. His eyes are watering. So good and so warm. Same reaction as Sakamoto when he first tested her cooking. He is happy to be alive. He finally understands that Sakamoto wants to protect this normal life, so he quits. Shin says goodbye and thanks for the meal. But Sakamoto points at the wall. It says, "We hope to see you again." At the hideout, he's confronted by his boss. He fails his mission. While everyone is laughing at him, he begs for Sakamoto's life, who finds a simple, happy life in that town. So, if it's about responsibility, then he will die instead of Sakamoto. He is willing to die then and there. His boss agrees to let Sakamoto live if he does. That's a wrong move. He is thinking he will never let Sakamoto leave. He is thinking that, while Shin is a clairvoyant, bad match. Shin heard it. Now the gun is pointed at them instead towards his head. A fierce battle begins. Back at Sakamoto's, he is listening. In every spy movie and show, they have a hidden stash, and he opens his. All kinds of heavy weapons. But his choice is questionable. If I'm not mistaken, it looks like a taser gun. Back at the fight, Shin is awesome. With precise movement and perfect aim, it is confirmed he is a pro at this. At the corner, someone is about to peekaboo him. But he gets peekabooed instead. But someone is aiming an RPG at him. He barely dodges. All these hitmen can do nothing to a single man. It's like he knows everything even before they move. Well, he is a clairvoyant. He can read mind if you're close to him. So they spread out. Shin is at his last mag. He just has to push through. He takes down 2 more, but gets shot in the leg. Now he is cornered and surrounded. Dropping everyone and shocking Shin, here comes the legend. So, the taser gun was that strong? But he is splitting a chopstick. Did he bring ramen with him? Holy shoot, his steps are like Hulk running, breaking the floor with every step. I never want to learn to use chopsticks if this is how to use them. His moves are all super heavy. It's like the bass of a reggae music. His use of pen and his sense of humor is all different. Using the pen as a throwing knife and putting waste in proper places. They are desperate and all shoot together. Sakamoto finally brings out his knives. With a super smooth move, he slices through the guns like butter. Shin is amazed and shell-shocked. How did Sakamoto find him? Sakamoto might be retired, but he is no fool. Even before all this, he bugged his gun when he was unconscious. Shin is thankful, and he will leave town this time. But Sakamoto tosses an apron at him. He will get 800 yen per hour. The next day at Sakamoto's, the kids are playing, and Sakamoto is slurping his noodles. It's a happy morning. An elderly woman seems to be struggling to find what she wants. But Shin brings her exactly what she wants. Now that is a great use of his powers. The kid wants to play with him. But if he says Sakamoto might kill him. The kid asks what was his last job. Is working fun?